Hello friends, welcome to the Graphic Vault. In today's video we are going through the process of making a fun t-shirt design, starting from the sketch up to the final touches. So, the design that I wanted to make should fit the current season. And since it's summer, what do we have in mind? Of course the sun, vacation, but also spending time outside and, you guessed it, eating ice cream. With that in mind, I was thinking of doing a funny little ice cream character that's riding a skateboard. Of course, this is not a brand new and innovative idea, but I really like the theme, so I just went for it nonetheless. I want to show you guys how you can easily work through the entire process in one single app. Since I love drawing on the iPad, one of my most favorite apps there is Affinity Designer. Here you can draw raster and vector images at the same time. And this can be very handy, as you will see later on. But before jumping into Affinity Designer, I did a very rough idea sketch on paper. So let's import our rough sketch into the app and start sketching out our character. For more fun, occasionally you will see the action cam in the left upper corner. I hope it inspires you even more to grab your pencil and to draw. I always like to do several sketching passes, so let's start the second sketching pass. But of course, it's up to you if you finalize your sketch in one go. Most important is that your final sketch makes a solid basis for the later vector drawing. Let's speed things up to respect your time. If you have trouble to figure out how an object actually looks like in real life, I always recommend using references. Like in this case, I can better understand how an actual skateboard looks like. Fun fact, I tried skating once when I was a teen, but I quickly realized I'm not born to be a skater, but still I love the skater fashion and the overall style. So, what's your experience with skating? Did you try it out at some point in your life? Tell me in the comments down below if you like. It's optional, but I like to do a final sketch that's as clean as possible. After we finished our final sketch, it's now time for the vector tracing. Because I want this design to have a cartoonish look, I will use contours. So let's begin with that. If you're wondering which tool you should use, my advice is use any of the vector tools that you have at hand. Sometimes I use the pencil and other times I choose the pen tool. It always depends on how clean you want your vector to be. Since version 2.5, Affinity has improved the pencil tool a lot. Now it's a joy to draw with it because the strokes have a very few anchor points, so it's very easy to edit the strokes afterwards. After we finished with our contours, it's time to choose the main colors for the illustration. Adobe Color is a great source for color palettes. You can search for a palette by topic. In this case, I want to search for ice cream. The site is totally free to use, so I recommend you check it out. But of course, you can always use your own color schemes and play around with the colors in your illustration. Affinity Designer has a great tool to fill in colors quickly. It's called the Fluid Fill tool. So we color in our character first with the help of this tool, and then we switch colors afterwards. Just select all the contours that you want to fill in and use the Vector Fluid Fill tool. Keep in mind that the contours must be closed or connected to each other by their anchor points in order for the tool to work properly. After we filled in our drawing with the base color, we can now change the individual segments to any color we want. I will pick some colors from our previously downloaded color palette. Just remember, the palettes are only a guide. You don't need to stick to those in your final image. Now it's time to add some details like the texture of the ice cream cone. For this, I like to use the Draw Inside function. This way, I can draw inside the shape without the lines going outside the borders. Let's add a color gradient to some parts of the drawing. This will give the illustration more depth and make it look more interesting. To add even more depth to the drawing, we can now give it some shadows and highlights. In this case, I chose to stick to a cartoony and minimalistic approach, so I only add the most prominent shadows. Now that our main character is finished, let's add a background to the design. I wouldn't go for anything too complicated, as it can distract from the main drawing. Therefore, I chose to draw a simple sun with a few cutouts. Our design is almost finished, and it's already usable as it is. But let's add some text for more interest to the design. I came up with an idea for a quote that fits the overall vibe of the design. And I decided to make the main word of the design as a hand-drawn lettering. For the rest of the phrase, I simply use the text tool in Affinity. Choose a font whatever you think fits your design best. Feel free to play around until you find the right one. Sometimes a clean and simple font is more than enough to add an extra touch to the design. So guys, our design is finished. Now let's add a background and change the font color. we're done. If you made it until here, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun drawing this design. Hopefully, you will have as much fun as I did with creating your own designs. Don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Thank you all for watching and see you next time. Peace!